Is Sterling world class? Has Emery already succeeded at Arsenal? And what's happened to Firmino? I'm Leonie and this is Hope Meets Banter. Hi and welcome to Hope Meets Banter. I'm Leonie, your host for tonight, and with me in the studio are Devo, Double H and Drifty, ready to talk all things Premier League and football as such. Right, busy week it has been, loads to talk about, so let's jump right in, boys. Okay, Raheem Sterling, I think we gotta talk about this man. Super performance, 6-1 for Southampton. Did he do well? Do you agree, Devo?
Yes.
Tell us your thoughts.
Yes, he did very well. You know what the thing is with Raheem Sterling?
Not just world class.
Wait. I think the thing is with Raheem Sterling, right? I'm going to use a comparison here, right? Since the beginning of last season, he has been he's attributed to more goals than anyone else bar Mohamed Salah, right? No one else has got more goals or assists than Raheem Sterling. We say Mo Salah, based off of one season in England, is world class. Why would we not say Sterling's world class?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, what evidence have you got to say that he's nothing but world class when he is up there with Mo Salah in that category since the beginning of last season?
I'll tell you why. And remember, as a Liverpool fan, I should hate this guy, right? Remember that. But
you shouldn't.
No, I should.
He done nothing wrong.
He fucked off. Anyway.
Yeah, and won titles. That's what he wanted to go for. He's done it.
I don't care.
Look, man, language. Kids watch the show.
No, they
okay.
don't.
You almost made me say something inappropriate. Basically, you've got the situation with Lukaku, for example, yeah? I would say, when it comes to scoring goals, there's very few people actually better than Lukaku. Like, putting the ball in the back of the net. If you look at the guy's record in terms of numbers, Lukaku has been banging in goals from the age of around 16, 17, consistently. But as a player, we know he's shit. He's got no ball control. So it's almost a bit like, how is he good? What's mad about Sterling is he's a little bit in that bracket because even though he's a bit skillful, even though he's very fast, when you actually look at him overall, you're like, well, he don't really have techers. Like, he misses way too many chances. How good is he at assisting? He's kind of like a tiny little bit of a, like, I don't know, it's weird with him. He's not like a myth because he's not like a Jack Wilshere level, but like,
this guy.
It's weird. It's
53 goals, 53 goals, 50 assists for Man City.
No, but like I said, yeah, but
is he good at assisting? He's got 50 of them.
No, but like they're not like, all right.
What are those assists? Because if I pass the ball to someone and a guy dribbles past three guys, that counts as an assist.
How many times,
so tell me, unless it's a through ball,
yeah, but how many times does Raheem Sterling put the ball on the plate for a man like Aguero? How many times he put the ball on the plate for Sane? Yes, loads of times.
Show me the
but it would normally be a simple pullback. It won't be like, and I'll give you some credit here, like an Ozil pass or a De Bruyne pass where you're like, oh shit, that was an amazing pass. He doesn't really do that, does he? Like, you know.
So you guys are just gonna say like the movement that Sterling has, he hasn't got very intelligent movement.
That's one thing that he's improved on dramatically. I'll give him.
He's improved. Like, basically, that is the key word.
That's what I'm saying. He's improved. So when do we say he's improved into?
Okay. He's not world class. I mean, for me, I think that like Sterling was a brick. 100% he was a brick.
No, I won't let you say
he's never been a brick.
I won't let you say. At Liverpool, he was a very good player.
No, he's got the floor. Come on.
Have the floor.
No matter how much rubbish he talks, we have to let him.
Have the floor. Sterling was a brick. He left the Brick Academy, and now he's actually has to be one of the most improved players, and that actually comes down to Pep Guardiola's amazing coaching. He's definitely improved, but am I not going to put Sterling in the same class as like a Verratti, as a flipping David Silva, as a Bernardo Silva? No, these guys are just technically better. He's getting there, but I cannot. When you're world class, you are technically proficient. You're consistent, but also technically proficient. I think Raheem Sterling is still levels below those technically superior players like a David Silva.
Pep did say, to your point, Pep did say he's less scared. He thinks he's less scared. He's got a bit better forward movement. So what do you say?
Yeah, 100%. I just want to come back to you. Put Bernardo Silva in there. What has Bernardo Silva done?
Wait.
No, wait. You're not letting me finish. What has Bernardo Silva done in the world of football that makes you put him in there, but you won't put Sterling in there? Is it just technical ability?
No. Wait, no. I'm going based on playing style, effectiveness, and ability on the ball.
Effectiveness.
Yeah.
So, from the beginning of last season, no one has attributed to more goals
then
Listen,
Raheem
stats,
Sterling,
man,
apart
stats.
from
Don't
no,
put
but
stats on me,
you
man.
said
Don't put
effectiveness.
stats on me,
What's
man.
more effective than creating or scoring goals in a football game?
It
You
depends
used the wrong word there, bro. 'cause
Exactly.
if you're talking
I'll
about
pick up on
effectiveness,
There are-
Sterling is probably one of the most effective
He
players
is,
in
behind
world
Salah.
football.
Okay, no,
Do you know what I
but
mean?
it's okay. It's a combination of effectiveness, ability, technical proficiency as well. So, yes, he has been effective. I still want to know based on what those assists are doing, but still, 100% he's super effective. But the question is he world class? You can't be world class based on just purely being effective. Giroud at the point was super effective. He will
Nowhere
never
near that
sniff.
effective.
Giroud
Nowhere
at a
near.
point. Giroud for Chelsea is very effective. Giroud for France, 100% he was.
But effective to the point where he has over 100 goals and assists.
Do you know
Giroud doesn't have those levels.
effectiveness is just not down to goals. Effectiveness is how you help
What wins
other
games?
people in
What
the
wins
team.
games? Goals?
Everything
Goals,
wins games because
Goals,
those
then.
goals for you to score, you
All
need
right.
somebody to
Let's-
All right,
take those
guys.
goals.
Let's move on. Let's
Raheem
get more
Sterling,
rubbish out
right?
of him.
He's a young guy. I'm pretty sure there's loads more to come from him, so we'll
He's
keep
not
a close
world-class,
eye
man.
on that guy. Okay. So Emery transformed Arsenal. Is it too early to say he's successful or not? What do you guys think?
It's
I mean,
way
Arsenal,
too early.
number 5 on the table right now.
Well, that's that's about whereabouts we're going to finish. I reckon 4th, 5th, 6th, anywhere in there. That's cool. We'll finish around that. I think he's doing well, and early stages are very good. To say he's transformed and we're not the finished article.
It hasn't
at
been
all.
as long, has it? Right? I mean,
It's
it
way
might
too
be
early. Way too early for that rubbish.
No, I think it's a different Arsenal. Yes, it's too early to say everything like this, but under Wenger, Arsenal don't go on that 11 game winning run. Arsenal lose to Liverpool. Liverpool win that game 2-0 if it was under Wenger. I think for Emery, I think to an extent he's already transformed Arsenal. Now, we can't say he's already a success, but I think already you can just see technically how he's already changed Arsenal are no longer a joke of a club. How many people are now rushing to AFTB to be like, let's go laugh at Arsenal now? No, like they're no more the laughing stock. Like they're not. Like I think they'll come top 4, and I think that once he figures out, like I said, Aubameyang, how they play well together, because Aubameyang does not like coming off. Because Aubameyang's like, nah, I am one of the best goal scorers. Do not stop me off. But I think if you can figure out how Aubameyang and Lacazette can play together, that'd be great.
Can't be figured out, in my opinion.
You can. You have if you
No,
play
you
two
can't.
up front, you can. But he's not going to change his system.
Because of the way he plays, I think he just has to buy another winger and pick which one he likes the most. Because I think
He
you
can't
are
make that choice,
wasting,
man.
you are wasting Aubameyang having him out wide. As much as he's a good player, I feel like when he plays down the middle, he's so effective. They'll be better off buying a natural winger.
But
And
he
then
was wide for Dortmund. Like he began as a wide player.
only right at the beginning, and that was when he was at his least effectiveness. His real Dortmund days were down the middle.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's a combination of both of what you lot are saying with regards to Arsenal. I think Arsenal are doing really well. I think it's clearly obvious that what Emery's brought to Arsenal is working. But again, I think Dev's right, it's too early to be like, yeah, he's successful. What will be the big challenge for Arsenal will be, you normally get a period after about maybe 8 months where now nobody finds you fresh anymore. Now no one finds what you're doing fun anymore. And then that's when you as a coach really comes into it. This is where people like Fergie, Pep, all the great coaches are like, they just keep it going. Will Emery be able to, once it all wears off and everyone's like, yeah, we love him, he's new, he's better than Wenger. When all that's gone, will he still be able to motivate Arsenal to do what they're doing? And just quickly, Wenger did beat Chelsea and Man City in the FA Cup run. Yeah. So you can't just say good results only happen because Wenger's gone.
Precisely, that's what I was going to say as well, because we also drew with, didn't we draw with you like last season as
Yeah,
well?
you did.
And we were behind at one stage.
Yeah, but yeah,
So-
they were
No,
2-0
you
down
can't-
to
yeah, we
us.
were 2-0
and they
down and
came
we drew.
back.
So you can't really say
That's not all
Wenger.
Emery.
But no, but for me, I'm looking at just general performance, playing style, organization.
They
And
pulled out against Man City in the FA Cup, man.
And let's be real, we've
They've
got
been
very
more
lucky.
consistent performance-wise.
We've got very
Now, but-
lucky in this run. Like,
No,
very
they've been
lucky. Our
okay,
performances haven't been
Are
great.
you going to say that, like, under Wenger, Arsenal were performing better consistently last season than Emery
periods.
on Arsenal this season?
In periods, I would say. You know what I'm saying? You know the thing is, you look at the first half of all our games this season, we're lucky to be level.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
The defense has been crap. Yeah.
Not just the defense. The whole team in the first half has not been at it, and then second half we've come through. Sooner or later, that's going to wear out, and we're going to get slapped up. We're going to get slapped. What Paul Mercer said, although everyone's like, "Oh, Paul Mercer," he made sense. Do you know what I mean? If we keep playing the way we have been in the first half, someone's going to slap us up.
But Merson said that Liverpool would put
Well,
4 or 5
he
past.
got that one wrong. He got that wrong.
That
But
didn't
I can
happen.
see.
That
I can
was
see where
because
it's
the
coming
real
from.
Liverpool didn't come to Emirates. Oh,
Salah's still in the cupboard somewhere.
No,
15 max. 15 max. 15 max.
I told you,
max.
he's been kidnapped and they've sent us a clone.
They've sent you the guy who they made the statue for.
Artificial intelligence, yeah, artificial intelligence. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, but we gotta talk about Morata. Not only because I think he's very easy on the eye, just as a side note, but he did really well. Come on, Chelsea against Crystal Palace, he did really well. He gets a lot of crap though from people, doesn't he? Okay. And he's gone. He's out. Sorry,
You might get some sense now.
Has to happen.
We might be able to talk sense for a while.
No, do you know what, Leonie? On that point, right? Morata has been getting a lot of stick.
Deservedly so.
He is.
No. Don't start
Let me
like that, man.
let me finish.
Don't, because I know how this goes.
Let me finish.
Oh, he's been getting a lot of stick, but you know it's really unfair. No, deservedly so.
There
Deservedly
has
so.
to-
This is
no,
high level
but no,
football. How much does the guy
but
get
there
paid?
has to be a but, because when he was at Juventus, he performed so well that Real Madrid brought him back. Yeah. All right. Everyone knows he didn't really do that well in his second stint at Real Madrid, but we know Real Madrid are Real Madrid, and they always mess people around. Morata is a very good footballer. He needs to be accommodated for. Juventus accommodated for him. He played really well there. Chelsea aren't accommodating to him. They're playing differently from what is good for what Morata.
You had me and then you lost me.
That doesn't make sense.
Giroud is more of a hold-up player. That's why he works. That's why Drogba was so amazing. That's why Costa was so amazing. And even though Sarri has changed the system a bit, obviously last season is what we're judging him on. And last season he was... No, because this season he's been all right. His numbers ain't bad this season.
His numbers are good, but his performances weren't great until like the last
He's,
few weeks.
he's trying to revive confidence. He's trying to become that guy.
If you miss a one-on-one, who's to blame?
If your confidence has been shot by the previous manager, though, it takes a bit of time to get going.
The wind speed threw him off.
So blaming his confidence for why you're missing multiple one-on-ones.
No, I'm telling you that everything that happened
man.
last season is the reason why he looked bad, and now he's recovering his form and he's playing better.
You can see the improvement in the last
100%.
Yeah, come on, Double H, give him a chance. No, what's your thoughts on him?
Thing with Morata is this: he will never come good. He has improved 100%.
He just got it in for him.
No. I don't know. I mean, basically, look, he is. See, there are players who have strong characters. So whenever they're like in a tough situation, they have that strength of will to really come through that. I think he definitely needs a helping hand. I think Sarri is the right kind of guy where Sarri says, I will give you chance after chance because I believe in you. And Morata definitely needs that. He has definitely improved. Like his performance in the last game, you could see that he's getting in the right space at the right time. Chelsea wants to try and win the Premier League title. They want to try and win a Champions League. You need a top-tier striker.
Yeah.
Drogba to Morata, that is a huge level down. Morata is not going to give you 30 Gs a season. It's not happening.
No,
He won't give you 20.
You don't
25.
play how you did back then, so he may do. If he really...
He's not giving you 30 Gs a
He's not
season.
getting 30 goals a season. I think that's a bit.
He's not getting 30 goals a season.
That's a stretch, man.
He's never sniffed 30
That's a
goals a
stretch.
season,
That's
and that
a
is what
stretch.
Chelsea need. Based on how they play,
I
they need a 30 goal
think
striker.
that's really
But
hard.
the second goal he scored against Palace, that was a nice finish. If he could keep
What
that,
about the one-on-one?
yeah, all right, yeah.
So
no,
why
you know
why
what?
would you try and chip the keeper, go
That
around the keeper,
pissed me
man?
off because Hazard was my captain in fantasy football, and I would have got a second assist. I was so vexed. Oh,
No, but look.
you know what? Everything he said's true.
Okay.
Forget
Morata. Not to be a hater. Morata, Alvaro, Jeremiah, if you're looking out there, well done. You're improving. So good
Who's
on you,
better
bro.
then, Lukaku or Morata?
As of right now, Morata. As of right now. But they're both bricks. They're both bricks.
And
They're both
Lukaku
bricks.
can get you 30 goals a season,
No, you
therefore
can't.
so can Morata. Move, let's go.
Yeah.
No. Don't have the last
If
word.
Morata is a better player than Lukaku, and Lukaku can easily get 30 goals
There's a
because he keeps
difference,
on doing it,
between
then
goal
Morata
scoring.
can
There's a
get 30
difference between
goals.
goal scoring and technically better. Morata is a technically better footballer than Lukaku. Lukaku, at least, is a better pure goal scorer than Morata.
So if,
Simple.
if he's better technically, all he needs is it to go right and he'll score 30 goals.
There you go. That's it.
No.
One's a breeze block, one's a brick. That's it.
Okay,
They're both
quick
bricks,
wrap
man.
up on this. We've got Chelsea versus Everton this weekend coming up. Your thoughts? What's it gonna be?
Oh, is that's at Goodison, right? Is that at Goodison? Chelsea,
I'm
Everton?
not sure, but
I think it
Chelsea
is.
will win regardless.
No, you know what?
Chelsea should. I mean, I think with Hazard back on form, because Hazard is the guy, I think Chelsea will win. Look, because I always think that Giroud is the better fit over Morata, but I think if Morata then scores again, maybe he's back on it. But I think that with Chelsea, they go as far as Hazard can take them. He is the guy that will define Chelsea's season. So
But, you know, I think you can never count Everton out because they're just one of those teams that if they click on their day, they could beat pretty much anyone in the league. It's just they don't click very often. It's like they've only got one hand. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, they're like... I mean, so I think it depends which Everton turns up, but they've got some real ballers in that team, like Richarlison, Sigurdsson and all those guys. If they turn up, they could upset Chelsea.
No. Nah, not for
Cool.
me.
Well, we'll just have to see for that one, I guess. Okay, another one there for you. What has happened to Firmino? Not as effective as last season. Go.
Well, Liverpool.
I think he's been banned from his favourite lesbian
Please don't
club.
leave the studio again. We already had one nearly. We nearly lost one already today.
Okay.
Don't do this to me.
He's been spending too much time on the set of Orange is the New Black.
He would
He's
not
an
leave
extra.
him alone. Okay, what has happened? We've tweaked the formation we had last year.
Why'd you do that?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Klopp to death. I don't know why he's done it. No, sorry, I do. He wanted to preserve a little bit of energy because we were very intense and the way we played was very telling. It drew every ounce of energy the players had. And we realised towards the end of the season we started to peter out just a little bit, you know, as the legs get a bit weary. So I get the logic behind why he's done it, but what it has done is it's affected Firmino, it's affected Salah, and it's affected Mane. And to be honest, I even think it's affecting Keita, even though he wasn't here. I feel like if Keita would have come into last season's team, he would have done better than he's done so far. And I feel like, because he would have kind of done what Ox was doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, just picking up the ball, driving, running. Now, he's being asked to fit into this more, like, let's think more about what we do. And, like, that's not what
So
Naby's
you're
about.
saying man's dumb?
No, obviously.
Man can't think.
No. But his natural instinct, get the ball, run with it. Now, I don't think he's being told to do that. I think he's being told to be a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, tactically aware, so to speak. So what it's done now is Firmino normally used to start the high press. He used to be the first one charging down and he'd win the ball back immediately. Sometimes before the team could even get past the halfway, like even out of their area sometimes. Now that we don't do that, because he isn't naturally a striker, he's never going to get you 30 goals just off instinct, being in the box, tapping the ball in. He needed to be a part of the play,
Plus also-
part of everything. And now it's making him look like he's not doing anything because what his main job was as the false number 9 has been taken away.
Also, you know, it's very hard to play 100% when you're going through transition like he is. You know, when you're going from a man to a woman,
This fucking
it's hard. Do you know what I mean? You've got operations on your
fucking
mind.
guy.
Do you know what I mean? How's everyone going to
The
feel about this?
medication,
Pay
you don't know what's
Medication, thank you. You know what I
happening.
mean?
Pay him no
All
mind,
right,
people.
all right. Hold your horses there.
I commend him for actually playing
Oh,
whilst going through transition. That's not easy.
I mean,
He
basically,
might play better afterwards.
You might do. Do you know what I mean? Let's wait to carry.
All right, Double H, come on.
basically, no, for me, I think it's a case of where system. Basically, it's like storage would actually fit the system far better because I think the way that Liverpool are playing, they need an instinctive striker, and Storage is a far more clinical striker than what Firmino is. And as Drifty was saying, in that pressing game, it suited Firmino well because Firmino knew how to press and they knew how to get opportunities. So I think Firmino was the perfect guy to relink Mane and Salah into the whole pressing game. But now they're playing a more defensive game where you need to be clinical. Storage fits it more. So if Storage had been playing more games and starting, really getting the groove, getting the rhythm, I think Liverpool would actually be winning more games. So I just think that Storage may actually work better for how Liverpool are being
He
played.
needs to learn to finish from 6 yards, though.
We can't obviously rely on him every week, which is the problem. He's very injury prone, and you have to be, you know. If it was 23-year-old Sturridge, I would be like, I would actually be like, bring Firmino out the firing line, maybe play him deeper, put Sturridge up there. Obviously, we can't play Sturridge every week, so we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Will Klopp buy an out-and-out striker
who
now
you
he's
need?
changed his system?
You know who you need who will fit your system? Danny Welbeck.
And
Bruv, give me £250. I'll walk him there.
every time I think he's
Welbeck.
going to hit me with some factual stuff, he hits me with some bullshit.
Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck will work for you lot, trust me.
Fuck that.
And
Oh, you
things
mashed up
are
my phone.
flying. Things are flying. Okay, just do we have any regrets? 2-0 defeat from Liverpool and Belgrade? Just on that subject. Sorry, Dirty.
Everything was a regret.
Everything.
Absolutely everything.
You should be beating Belgrade.
When
And
are
also,
you-
have
when
to
are you
give
coming back
Belgrade
to the WhatsApp group?
credit.
No, I'm sorry.
You
When
have to
you,
give no. Give that striker credit.
What?
Because
the
I
dude
read,
who was planking for 90
I no,
minutes,
no,
he was so stiff.
I read
As he
your review.
turned,
I
he
read
looked
your
like
review.
a...
Can I finish?
So wait.
Can I-
So if
can I
he was
land?
so
Can I
stiff,
finish?
why couldn't no one barge him off the
Can
ball?
I finish?
Yeah.
Because that, but you know, when
Let's
you're
give-
like...
First of all,
let's
name
get-
his name.
yeah.
Name his name. I'm going to find his name.
Pavkov.
Pavkov.
I couldn't
There
give
you
a
go.
shit what his name is.
Pavkov.
You have to give him
He's a
credit.
refrigerator. He's
He
big.
scored 2 goals against you.
That's
What are you-
ridiculous.
Come on.
You
Get
have
it
to accept
done.
that
Credit
you
where
lost
it's
to the
due.
game to a guy who scored a quality
And
goal.
come back to the WhatsApp group, man. We miss you, bro.
Listen,
We miss you in the WhatsApp
this,
group, man.
the
Give the
moral,
guy credit, man.
the
Give the
moral
guy
to this
credit.
story is that the sun shines on the dog's ass some days.
But it's been how many years since it's shined on Liverpool? What, 2000, was it 2012?
The refrigerator that scores goals. It's fine by me.
Yeah. So you lost it.
Keeps the salad fresh too. Brilliant.
Should say salad's not looking too fresh?
I just need Liverpool to win the game so badly. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed for you then. Different things. So, Wenger, right? He's talking about AC Milan. Is he a good fit? Do you want to talk about that? Wenger, actually.
It's not actually going to happen, though. He's actually he's come out and said it's fake news. You know what? It's lazy. It's lazy journalism.
Bad move.
At the end of the day,
have you seen AC Milan's players? Bricks.
Yeah, Gazidis has gone there. Grimaldi looking like he's going there. So it's just, Wenger must be going there. It's lazy journalism. He's not going. He's not going to go to AC Milan.
No, but I still think it'd be a good job for him.
No, it won't be.
I tell you what, speaking about Wenger, looks like Thierry Henry might already be sacked before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe this time he might be.
Monaco, yeah. No. I mean,
4 losses. I mean, obviously I'm exaggerating, but 4 losses in a row.
Have you heard
major.
the situation there? He's got 11 injuries, and the owner's in prison.
Oh, was the owner in prison? I didn't know about that
right
part.
now. Yeah. It's madness. Like, why would you go to that?
He shouldn't have never taken the
No, but come on, man. He loves Monaco. Monaco is his first love.
Sometimes the thing you love is what kills you, bro.
No.
Ooh, wise words. Ouch.
So when he talks about Liverpool, it's pure shit. Then he wants to get deep about love. Man, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I've peaked. I'm not talking no more. You lot carry on.
Speaking of experience, Harry. Okay. It's not therapy, guys. It's not therapy, right? Get your act together.
No. Basically, it's a bad fit. Wenger stay away, 1 year sabbatical, and then maybe coach France or PSG.
PSG would be a good fit. PSG would be a good fit for him. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be talking. Yeah, PSG would be a good fit. I think that would be. But then it depends if Tuchel wins the Champions League. Then
that's not happening. That's not happening. 100%, it's not happening.
Well, we'll see. I don't think they will. But if they do,
no. They're not. It's a fact.
They ain't just going to take him out the job and give Wenger the job.
No. Tuchel, PSG, Champions League.
If they go into the Europa League, it'll be set.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll sack him.
So if Liverpool do somehow manage to beat PSG and they don't make it to the next round, he's sacked.
Yeah.
He's sacked. You can't be PSG manager and go into the Europa League. Even though the group's difficult, you can't do that.
PSG probably won't even turn up. They'll be like, we're not coming in this. We're not playing this. It's like crazy.
Neymar at Europa.
Yeah, they won't turn up.
See, I just want it to happen.
They'll be used to it because Europa League's like the French league level of football, so they'll be used to it. They should walk it.
It'll be an insult to PSG. Like, you know how much money we spent? You know how much illegal shit we've done to do this? We ain't coming in this, man.
It would be embarrassing.
Put our necks on the line. You're putting us in Europa. All these millions. Nah.
Maybe they can win it. At least they'll have a European trophy.
Nah.
Europa are crazy now.
So we've been talking top of the league. I do think we also have to cast our eyes into the bottom of the league, right? Fulham, they sunk badly. So Jokanovic is saying Fulham future outside my control. What do you reckon? Is he gonna give up? What's happening in Fulham at the moment? They are last.
Desperate. You know what it is? You cannot sign 13 players and expect them to gel, and then half the players that they played last season that got them up aren't getting games. They signed a complete new back four. They signed 2 new goalkeepers, and I don't think they're actually playing either of them. They're playing the same guy they had from last season. That's too much, man. You can't put a whole defense together and expect it to just gel.
I think it's a long season, and I think that it's still something tells me Cardiff are doomed. Fuck, I think they are doomed. Fulham,
Cardiff will tell you that.
I just feel that it's a long season. If they're still in that position come Christmas, okay, be faithful now. We're in November now. Let's just see what happens. I think that Fulham, maybe they just hit a good run of games. They can start because you never know what will happen.
But they're losing to the teams around them. That's the problem, man.
It's
they're
still
losing
early.
To Cardiff, they're losing to Huddersfield.
They had a pretty decent start to the season.
I think one game, innit? They won the first game.
No, but even performance-wise, like the first 3 or 4 games are like good, and then like I don't know what happened. It was like all of a sudden they just went off the cliff and just. It's weird. I don't know what happened with them. And then as they kind of fell, Cardiff kind of found a bit of spirit from somewhere, and they've been playing better. Double H said the league is a long league, but I do fear that Fulham will go down in the end. I don't know.
You can't concede that amount of goals and stay up, man. They're conceding at an alarming rate. It's madness.
And they dare put in a performance at the weekend. You go and start playing better afterwards, yeah? This weekend, you take another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah? And then you start playing.
I'm telling you, they're going to get whooped.
Can I agree? I want to really know your opinion, your expert opinion here. Like, so we've got the table, right? And there's the top 5, the top 6, and they have loads of points. And then there's a huge gap to the bottom, right? It's huge. And also even Tottenham and the points that they have, like they were top of the league last time, right? So do you think quality is getting better? Why do you think like this gap is getting bigger and bigger in the middle?
Money. I think
money.
that's
Makes
the
the
issue
world
we're
go
having.
round, man.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, we say money. Fulham spent 100 million more than Spurs.
But you know what? I could spend 100 million in Matalan, or I could go spend 100 million in Selfridges. Do you know what I mean? I might not get as much in Selfridges, but it'd be better quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
also it's who you can. I mean, if I spend 200 mil and I'm like Scunthorpe, one of my favorite teams, I'm gonna like attract bricks.
I had to be careful there. I was gonna say Primark, but my missus works for Primark. I was like, shit, I can't say that. But Matalan.
I think the gap. Not just money. Obviously, money is a major part, but I think if you look at the top 6 teams and the quality of their managers as well, and then you look at the other ones, not that there aren't other good managers.
Wolves managers is
and obviously Silver's a good manager, and Daesh is a good manager, Howe's a good manager. So they're not crap managers, but they don't go in the bracket of Pep, Klopp, Emery,
Pochettino,
Mourinho. Like they don't go in that bracket. So if you are the better manager with money, that is the reason why I think the gap, because we've got arguably 6 of the top 10 coaches in the whole of the world in England. Do you get what I mean? So like I think it's a combination of money and the best coaches are in the top 6 teams, and you know what I mean? It's just how it goes, man.
But then you look at the Bundesliga, for instance, or even I think the Bundesliga, for instance, like the gap between I think first and 6th or 7th is about 4 or 5 points. And I think
that's usually the case as well.
No. But take away Bayern's dominance over the last 6 seasons. Bundesliga has always been really, really close, and I think that's probably been the only league I can think of, like a major league, where because Serie A, Juventus are way ahead, Liga, PSG are way ahead. So the
but Serie A is a bit
Juventus.
If you take away Juventus, then it's quite close.
But it's always,
I'm saying like
Napoli, Roma, Inter, but even in Bundesliga, it will be Bayern and then usually Dortmund, and then it could be anyone out of Schalke or Leverkusen.
But even like 2nd and 6th and 7th, it's like pretty close. So I think in the Premier League, I just think that's why they always call it the Big Four. Those Big 4, 5 have a lot of money, way more. Like we're getting Premier League, you're earning more money than any other league in the world already, and those 4, 5, 6 clubs are way more. And they have way more money than any other of the clubs in the La Liga, Bundesliga, and so forth. So it's money, it's management, it's your clout as a club of who you can attract, meaning that these guys are going to be way ahead of all the guys in the rest of the league.
Okay, well, sorry for me because I love a bit of underdog and here we go, but we'll see. We'll watch that space. Good. Just very quickly, Cardiff, Leicester City. We're happy. Leicester City, great win and the situation, right?
That's cool. The best thing all the way. I was hoping, fingers crossed, that Leicester would win that game.
Yeah.
I said in my
I guess
preview.
everybody was.
And also, what was also very telling was when Demarai Gray scored, you could see the referee sort of like smile because the referee was like, because even the referee himself was like, oh, I'm so glad that they actually scored. And this was just very brief.
So why was he an arsehole and book him? Man?
But you know what? That's a
I was
tough
about to get there.
Do we want to open that kind of word?
That rule has to be changed. You see, if the referee doesn't book him, then it's like, wait a minute, why do I? So it's a slippery slope.
Anything you would have done, it would have been the wrong thing.
That rule should be banned. I think that rule of taking off your shirt. I mean,
I don't mind the players taking off their shirts every day.
Just like, come on, if he did the celebration, did it, and the ref hadn't booked him, if anybody had tried to tell the referee he'd done his job wrong, the whole world would have come down on the authorities. So like, it was like, you know what I mean?
The problem exists if he doesn't book him, and then 10 minutes later he makes a bad challenge and gets booked. Technically, he shouldn't be on the pitch. I'm sorry,
Leicester are allowed to do what they wanted for that game.
No, you have to understand.
Come on, this should have been a game where anything bad Leicester done with like their emotion.
Yeah, but you have to understand, there's letter of the law and it has to be adhered to. That's it. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and you can tell the referee didn't want to book him. You can see it. You can see it clearly.
He shouldn't have, man.
By the letter of the law, that's
it's like if it was me, if I was a referee in that situation, I wouldn't book him. I'll take the heat, and really.
He would have been a hero.
That's the thing. Like, if people had, let's say, if like in the FA had sanctioned him, the whole world would say, "What the hell?" The referee would have been gone viral. So, man, this guy stepped outside the letter of the law and did not book him. So if I was referee, I wouldn't have booked him. Okay, and
But as I said, 10 minutes later, he makes a tackle, gets booked again.
Yeah, book
now
him.
it's book him, but he should have been sent off. That's what I'm saying.
No,
so
but
wait.
take
So
the heat.
Cardiff,
Only
Cardiff-
a horrible
wait.
human being would be like, he should be off because you should have booked him for taking his shirt
No, I'm
off.
saying
Like,
that,
come on.
But okay, this is me going to an extreme situation. Say Cardiff go down, right? Go down by a point, right? And they
Very
will wait.
unlikely.
And because they were playing against 10 men, blah, 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 they equalise in that game, and it turns everything. That keeps them up. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of millions of Cardiff now relegated because the referee decided to effectively not do his job. As harsh as that is, obviously you don't want to see him getting punished for that. But the letter of the law says he has to be. So I understand why the referee did it. But you can't just say.
Yeah, it's tricky.
You know what I
I guess hypotheticals, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's tricky, but I think I just wanted to mention. I guess we're all very happy for Leicester City, of course, under these circumstances.
That's horrible, man.
One more look into the future before we have to leave it. Manchester City versus Manchester United.
Hey.
Uncle Moo,
Yeehaw.
Uncle Moo, Uncle Moo.
I've been-
You know, I've got a funny
Uncle
feeling
Moo.
about this.
Listen, I've been saying this. I've been saying it all week.
You're a
And
Chelsea fan.
and
you're
it ain't
a Man
even.
fan,
It
so-
ain't even.
Relax.
It ain't even
relax.
because I
Chill,
believe it.
leave your club, man.
I just feel like I want to put it out there. Like, people keep telling me, Drifty, be positive about Liverpool and we'll win. So I'm going to be very positive about Man United this weekend. I've been putting it out there. I've been putting it in
vibes.
the universe. I think
I
this
like
game
it.
will be a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
It's going to be a draw. It's going to be 2 goals for each team. It's going to be
from
in.
positive to a 2.
Don't laugh. That's I
No,
think
because
it's a
That's an
fair bet.
oxymoron.
No, all right. Let me explain
I'm
myself.
going to be really positive. 2-2.
No,
What the hell?
because City will drop 2 points. My positivity
I think we
is
lost
towards.
Debo right
Okay,
now.
Man,
let-
you-
He really can't do
flopped,
positive,
man.
you know?
No,
He's
no,
not gonna be so
you
positive.
flopped. You
for
flopped.
Liverpool.
You flopped.
I'm being
Okay.
positive for Liverpool. I want
Drifty.
City to drop 2 points, but I also have to be realistic. I can't see Man U winning the game.
I like that.
And
Yeah,
I
fair
also hate Man United. Fuck Man United. So, draw. Perfect result for the whole situation. Because can you imagine the gas coming out of United if they beat City? Fuck that. I don't want to hear that. And I don't want City to win
Well,
because I want Liverpool
go
to
back
win the
into your
league.
bunker and just
So,
go
draw.
AWOL again. No one will hear from you anyway.
That's my version of positivity with 2 evils playing each other. Draw.
Right. Double H.
Uncle Moo, aka Jose Mourinho. City should completely and totally destroy Man United. Let me just say this. I'm not even going to give it a prediction. If Mourinho somehow manages to beat this Man City team, I think we all have to accept him as one of the GOATs
But
in
you know
the
what?
game.
What, while they're still in 8th?
Wait. No one is saying.
Did you
no
listen
one
to
is
what I just
saying-
said? I said if Mourinho manages to beat Man City, based on
What,
what they've
one
done.
game?
Can I finish?
Wait.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let the man speak.
Thank you. If Mourinho, the guy who you've hated, a guy who 2010 treble, if he manages to beat Man City, based on what City have done, he has to be considered one of the GOATs, and you guys have to come and apologize on next week's show. Is that a deal?
Ooh.
Wait, you know what the thing is, right?
Why would I
wait.
apologise if he wins?
No one's ever said he's
To
not.
say-
He's still in 8th place.
Just
no
call
one's
him
ever
great.
said that he's not
Those
one of the
guys,
greats.
call him-
Where are
if-
you coming
if-
from?
If he wins, just call him great. Shake on it.
No, but this is what you need to understand.
We
I
have
know
live bet
Mourinho
going on
was
here.
great. He just ain't great no more.
There you go. He is one of the greats.
He was
He's
great.
one of the goats, but at the moment he's not performing as a great.
Man, you guys
Is
are...
that true or not?
Okay, give us numbers, black and white. What do you think? We have 2-2 from Drifty,
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah,
Very
you know
positive.
what?
1-1.
I've got a funny feeling about this game. I just think United are going to turn up and be really on it. I'm not going to say they're going to win the game, but I think
they
they're going
can't
to
win.
surprise a lot of people that think Man City are just going to steamroller them. I think Man United are going to turn up. I'm going to say draw because I'm just going to sit on the fence.
Okay.
So after they had all of that
No,
shit
because
to
you was
say-
like, I'm so positive.
Can I give you two
From a
scores?
Liverpool
Can I
point of
give
view,
you
No
two
one
scores?
cares about
Can I give you
Liverpool.
two
From a
Should we give
Liverpool
double
No one
H
gives
two
a shit.
scores? Should we give
two
him two
scorelines.
scores?
Basically, 1-1 is the one scoreline. The other scoreline is 2-1 to Man United, which means you'll have to apologize. So that's the second scoreline.
Okay, well, I'll give you the reality. Actually, I'm,
No,
I'm
you know
not,
what,
I'm not
let's-
putting
yeah,
it in the
let's
universe.
just-
2-2.
Okay.
So it's an
Let's just
entertaining.
No,
All
you
right.
have to give a scoreline based on. You can't give a scoreline based on Liverpool. Give a proper scoreline, man.
He just did.
He did. He
did.
said
That's
2-2. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We'll just have to wait and see for that game. Really excited about seeing this. Can't wait. And then I'm sure we have loads more to talk about next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Next week, same time, same place. And please follow us on all the social media channels. Subscribe, comment, and see you then. Thanks. Bye-bye.